All right, and it's now time for What's Trending. The lovely Winfrey Owino is here with me in studio. We have a number of issues to talk about, and of course, top of the agenda is it the abduction, Winfrey, or arrest of the businessman, Mr. Rai? Let's begin from there. We've seen the conversations turning, do I say political? Some saying that this is politically motivated, while others saying that the arrest or abduction, whatever that has been from Friday, is justified because there are serious allegations that are being leveled against him.
Well, okay, good morning, Purity. And yes, there's been news of this, let's call him a business mogul in so many sectors in the country. And from what we know is that he has really employed so many people using that Rai group. So yes, he was abducted. There's a video that was produced showing that he was indeed abducted. And then a day later, his daughter and his lawyer went to Kilimani police station, where they did file a report of a missing person, because they, as the law says, after 24 hours without seeing a person, you can now file for a missing person, so that the police can also start taking action. Mm-hmm. So that happened on Saturday, and then the news broke. It was all over the internet, the media, and all those news platforms. Then yesterday now, he was still missing. Actually, during the day, his family was still trying to find him, trying to seek help, trying to move from one police station to the other, and he was nowhere to be seen. Actually, police bosses, the person in charge of Kilimani area, the police in charge of Kilimani area said they did not have him in custody, but they said since there was a missing person report filed, they were going to follow up and get to know what happened. And also we can see the Nation reporting that the DCI boss had actually said that they do not have him in custody. So it was not known where he was, but late last night, his lawyer, Kioko Kilukumi, it's a bit of a mouthful. Kioko Kilukumi actually said he had been released, and that he was just shook about all this news, and he said more information will follow. But Purity, when you look at it closely, yesterday the church service, as usual, we normally have the government going to church on Sunday, and yesterday when you listen to if you listen to the president's remarks, he was very, very harsh on some people in the sugar industry, and we also understand that this Jawant Singh Rai is a member of the Rai family. They are the people who own this Sarai Group. Sarai Group is based in Uganda, and they're the ones who are now wanted to come in as creditors for the Mumias sugar factory, so that they can revive the company. And it seems somebody somewhere might not be happy, and maybe he was abducted, maybe he was not, because even the family is not telling us so much of what happened. There is so much that we're not being filled in on, so it's just speculations for now. But what we do know, he was indeed abducted. There's a video recording to show that he was abducted by unknown people, but we don't know where he was taken, who abducted him, and maybe if there's someone behind it who is powerful in government, it's not yet clear. Still speculations, but definitely his lawyers will address the media today, and we'll get to find out their side of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we know, he was released last evening. Let's now cross our borders, Winfrey, and give us the details, especially on what the opposition, following the Zimbabwe elections, we've seen. It's the same as what happened in Kenya after President William Ruto was announced president, and now the president Emmerson Mnangagwe has been re-elected, and the opposition says that no, this was not free and fair elections. So let's have a look at what's the latest as we speak.
Well, Purity, Zimbabwe headed to the polls. Actually, this is the first, should I say the first now polls they're having since they ousted Robert Mugabe, who was their longest serving leader. He was known to be a dictator and all that. And this is a country in Africa that tops the headlines when it comes to the economy. They are the country, actually, personally, when I first learned of inflation, the first example I was given was Zimbabwe, where we were told people go to buy bread with money on a wheelbarrow, you know. So this is a country that is facing a lot of economic crisis. And yes, they went back to the polls, and ZANU-PF, which is the ruling party and has been ruling for more than 2 decades now, the candidate won the election, and it's the sitting president, so he was re-elected for another 5 years. So that means after 5 years now he has to step aside, and now we get a new president. Now his 2-term limit will have ended. But it's very interesting because now this is coming turning out to be a trend for Africans. I don't know why, but anytime we have elections, someone must cry foul. Like for this case, Al Jazeera is reporting that the opposition and the observers, the election observers, are creating some query with the results that was released by the electoral body on Saturday. Now the official results. Of course, Mnangagwe won the election by over 50%. It was 52 point something percent, and his closest follower got 44%. So it's very clear that he won. But people are the people who feel like it was not a fair election, it was rigged. They are saying there was a lot of voter. How do I tell them? They were trying to convince voters to vote this side, and then there was also a lot of delays. So they are trying to argue that the delays could have caused all this manipulation of the results. But as it is, Mnangagwe is going in for a second term, his final term actually, and let's see if now this is the chance he has to make a difference to his legacy in terms of the economy of Zimbabwe. So basically he'll be sworn in and he'll just continue with his reign as the oppositions continue to cry foul. I'm so sure somebody will go to court because they are really crying of this manipulation of the election results. But as it is, Mnangagwe is still the president, Purity.
All right, of course, after he was declared winner with around over 52%. And unlike in Kenya, the international observers have again said that the vote lacked democratic standards. So that's a story we are keenly following up for you, especially on the steps that the opposition will take. Winfrey, thank you so much for that update on some of the conversations online.